Last question.
Hi, good morning. My name is Angel Roman. I run the Small Business Development Center in Brooklyn at Boricua College. I know Abyssinian, I know Flores Forbes, and you guys have a center there. I have a question regarding models in greening, whether you have any experience and or standards, or whether you're moving towards having that as a possibility. I have a colleague here who's with the Partnership for the Homeless, who runs a shelter program with faith-based organizations, and they have a particular fuel where they help subsidize fuel. And I just wanted to know, and maybe not in this context, but maybe down the way, that may be an opportunity to bring in the greening folks along with the faith-based. And I was wondering whether you had any templates or any models or any standards.
We're definitely looking at green building and green building. We're definitely looking at green building and green building technologies and trying to incorporate that as much as possible. In communities like ours, asthma are at tremendously high rates, and environmental racism is something that we are very cognizant of. And when you're in the building business, these are things that you have to think about. One of the challenges is the cost. In order to green a building, whether it's the type of windows you need to put in on the flooring or the fuel systems, there's an additional cost with the traditional construction methods. And trying to access the subsidies and the funds and the resources to help us do that is something that we are constantly in search of, absolutely. So at all of our new projects, even if it's, just the windows or the flooring, but, to get to we would love to be able to have a silver, gold, platinum, whatever, certified levels, but I think you're right, we do have to do more dialogue with people in that field and come together as a faith-based institutions, CDCs, to figure out how we can maximize the opportunity there.
HCCI is currently building an 85-unit new construction building on West 153rd Street, and we are doing a green grid roof and doing the rainwater collection. We have not paved over the parking lot, but it will be gravel, which is more environmentally friendly. We are including an intergenerational garden at the site. There was a community garden on the site, and the gardeners relinquished the site for the development of the building, so we're creating gardening plots in the back of the building, and so the building is incrementally much greener than we would have considered, let's say, 5 years ago. It's not meeting the LEED standards, but it is meeting standards that the Enterprise Foundation, one of the low-income housing syndicators, has set up for green building. And it took some extra time prior to closing to really work with several engineers, in addition to just our architecture team, to come up with how we could integrate these elements into the building and keep our costs down. And we also had to present to some of our funders how some of these items over time will actually reduce the operational cost of the building in order to justify that incremental increase in construction costs.
Likewise, we're attempting, being associated with the largest oil spill in the nation, we're very environmentally conscious. We also have the largest water treatment processing plant in the nation in Greenpoint, and probably the largest concentration of waste processing facilities in any urban area of the country as well. So we've been very concerned about it. We're in the process of renovating a 27,000 square foot property as a community center. We've been striving to meet the LEED standards. However, we're not able to do that only because of budgetary constraints. But we're building in as much energy conservation into the project as we can possibly afford. I'm not sure how our affordable housing models are going to be able to do that, because the cost of meeting those high standards are still pretty expensive.
Well, with that, we're going to conclude this panel. I know there's a lot more to talk about, but we're only about 15 minutes behind schedule, which is not bad. So I thank you all very much. If you are going to be around for a while, I'm sure that you'll be more than welcome to have any one-to-one conversations. So I thank you all very, very much for joining us this morning.